on, people? Welcome to United View, all the way here from JA, man. The island breeze is breezing, the heat is nice. I'm taking a little bit of a rest away from Manchester United, but the work still continues. Shouts out to Owen doing up the transfer view. Shout out to Josh making sure everything's okay at UVHQ. And shout out to the full queue. So like the video, subscribe if you are new. Don't worry, the whole channel's not moving over to JA. That's not what's happening. And smash the like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And also big up to any Jamaicans, yeah? Any Jamaicans in the community. A few have reached out to me that we've seen that we're out here as well. Might link up with them later on. But big up to any Jamaicans and Caribbeans who are friends and family of the United View, man. Let's get into it. Frenkie de Jong, 70 million bid incoming. United set transfer deadline. Ronaldo wins player of the year as well. Going to touch on that. But Frenkie de Jong, it's all about Frenkie de Jong. He had some good quotes as well coming out of the game that he played against Belgium, of which he was very, very good. That always happens. Every time we're about to sign a player, you go on the player watch. And you look at all the reasons of why they're going to be a success at your club or a failure, depending on which way you look at it. But he looked very, very smart, very, very clean, very, very tidy. But everyone's drawing up these positions that he spoke about in terms of talking about he wants to receive the ball off the back four. He wants to be dominating the possession and starting the play. And that's what Frenkie de Jong does. So we're going to have to wait and see whether he can get to Old Trafford first. That's the main thing. Man United are still confident, and the reports of about 70 million bid have come through. Look, people are saying that sometimes it's too much. People are saying move on. Man United have looked at a deadline as well within the next sort of week or so. And where I'm at with this is pretty much where I was before I even come out to here. I still think there's time. You know, we're now in the phase where Frenkie de Jong knows clearly that Barcelona have labelled him surplus, have said to him he can't stay, have said we love you, we would love you to stay, but we would accept a bid. He knows he's in that boat. Yes, it has been a little bit concerning to hear some of the things about him saying, you know what, I still want to play Champions League, it's my dream, it's this, it's that. But at the end of the day, these are all kind of buzzwords. These are all buzz conversations, because of course he's going to say that. He has to say that. He didn't think he'd be in this position. So, you know, for me, I'm still quite relaxed about it. There's still enough time to get this, more than enough time to get this deal done. And when you get a little glimpse into what he's doing, I know it was one game against Belgium, and, you know, a lot of us who've watched Frenkie de Jong before that know this already. But when you get a little glimpse as to how good he is and what he can bring to us and how important he could be in this team, you can see why Erik ten Hag wants to keep chasing him. You can see why Erik ten Hag wants to make sure that he's the guy that we get through the door, and it will be such a statement signing. But we're just gonna have to keep waiting this out. It's not gonna stop. It isn't, you know. People are getting a lot of concern about the lack of, you know, it's not done yet, because he's not just gone, oh, do you know what, I know you don't want to keep me, but I have to go, I have to leave. But at the end of the day, that's just how it's gonna be, because it's not a quick deal to do. But as long as Barcelona are still in financial ruins, as long as Barcelona are saying that, you know, they need to sell, then there's a deal to be made. And plus, Manchester United are the ones who are there with the 70 million ready now, and are looking at the bid. And apparently, the bid's coming in within the next sort of few days or so. And there's even talks that this deal could be done within the next week or two. So look, that keeps rumbling on. The thing about when it's going to get done, that's the bit I don't really want to go into, because who knows? Who knows? Honestly, we keep hearing this, that, and the other. I think the main thing are the updates in terms of, okay, they've now started to talk about the field. They've now started to get into Frenkie de Jong, and Ten Hag really, really believes in it now and is talking to him more and more often. That's really the main key with that one. So watch this space on Frenkie de Jong. For me personally, I do think the deal will get done. I don't see where else he can go. I'm not saying that there's no suitors, but for 70, 75 million, it's a lot of money. And Frenkie de Jong, and this is what happens in football, may not like it, but if no one comes in for him, but Xavi says he has to leave, and Man United are there knocking at the door, and it's Erik ten Hag, surely that's got to be enough. If we didn't have Erik ten Hag, I'll be saying, yeah, do you know what? That's an issue. That's a big issue. But the fact is that we do, and we've got to be first. We clearly are first in line, and it's about money. Do you know what I mean? Barcelona need it. So if we're there with the P's straight away, why are they not gonna take the money? So for me, I think this deal will get done, but I think we still need to exercise more and more caution on this, because the way it's going, it's going to be long and dragged out, which is annoying really, because it seems like a really, really easy, quick deal to do. But it doesn't always work like that. You know, I was speaking to somebody where I am now, he obviously lives here in Jamaica, big Manchester United fan, and he was getting into it, saying how important Frenkie de Jong is. And when you just look at, I sort of go back to that Belgian game, when you look at how he picks up the ball and how he passes between the lines and how he initiates attacks, it's exactly what we need. It's exactly what we need. He's also very press resistant, can get away from players, travel with the ball, draw players into him before releasing the ball, and just making the team tick. And people have said he hasn't even hit the heights of Barca. We've still got gears to go up. There were some reports saying that they want to sell him because of the economical climate, but they also want to sell him because they believe he hasn't done as well as he should. That doesn't mean it should be a red flag for us. They've got Gavi, they've got Pedri, do you know what I mean? They've got some world-class youngsters coming through the ranks. So just because it hasn't, and I wouldn't say it hasn't worked there for him, he's still played a lot of games, but just because it maybe not have gone to the level that we want to see it as, that doesn't mean to say that, it's completely the wrong move for us, because I think it's a different phase in his career. And like I said, it's under Erik ten Hag. So watch this space on that. Drop your views in the comments below, and your opinions on Frenkie de Jong. And I want to quickly talk about Cristiano Ronaldo, Player of the Year. The problem, they said, he wins Player of the Year, he's the winner of the Sir Matt Busby Award. And you're just kind of running out of words. I mean, he's already said he wants to stay. He's already said that, he's happy here. Here, one of the aeroplanes out there. It's amazing. You can't beat this, honestly, you can't beat this. So apologies if you can't hear me over the top of that, but it's just getting going up. You can hear it down there. But Ronaldo, there were so many people with question marks over his ability at this age, at this stage of his career. 3rd top goal scorer in the Premier League. And I said as soon as Erik ten Hag came here, I was 90% sure that Ronaldo would stay. 90% sure, because at the end of the day, he needed to show what he was capable of still at this age. He backed himself, and you knew that the quality was there. But also, when Ten Hag comes in, like I said, he needs constance. He needs players he can rely on. That's few and far between at Man United. The only people that can be relied upon is David De Gea and him. For him to win that award, he's shown leadership the whole way through, with his, down to obviously how he looks after himself, right through to his performances on the pitch. He even got a little bit of stick. I didn't give him any stick for it, but that interview he kind of done halfway through the season when he was out in the young players and basically saying that they don't listen. And I just think we're in an era now when, if your standards are super high and you're the winner, you're now looked at the odd one out. And I think it's indicative of how far we've fallen as a club. Think of when Ronaldo used to play at the club, like he said, when he was under the likes of Roy Keane and Scholes and Carrick and Ferdinand and Vidic and Tevez and Berbatov and Nani and Evra, all these types of players, Rooney, Giggs. When he played with those players, if you were in that dressing room and you had a weak mentality, you're the odd one out. Get out. Your standards aren't high enough. You're not good enough. You're the odd one out. But now I think we're in a space where as soon as somebody wants to speak out and keep their opinions high and keep their their etiquette, the way they look after themselves, keep their standards super high, they're looked at as the odd one out. And Ronaldo's just squashed all of that. And I think he goes on to have a fantastic season again, to be honest, under Erik ten Hag. I'm looking forward to it. We need to get to a position where he doesn't have to work as much. He doesn't need to be relied upon as much. He gets help. There's talks of the Darwin Núñez deal being on the back burner while we sort out De Jong as well, and Timber. But for me, Cristiano Ronaldo's had a fantastic season, and it can only go to him or David De Gea, but I'm not surprised it's gone to Ronaldo. So there you go. Keep it locked, guys. There's going to be a lot more transfer news coming at you guys. Smash a like on the video, subscribe if you're not new. I'm off to get some. I'm out of here.